Hey guys, TommyBoy601, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new weapons just announced that are going to be in the Taken King. Now, the Taken King is Destiny's next expansion, and Bungie's really going to have to put on a show. They're charging $40 for that DLC, so it's good to see that it looks like they'll be stepping up their game. In the most recent weekly update, Bungie revealed some of the weapons that are going to be with the Taken King. These aren't the exotics, but these will probably be the legendary weapons that are going to be coming in. And what I really like is Bungie is finally deciding to build a world with these weapons. When you look at the guns in Destiny, you kind of think that each class just has a couple of actual body variants, and then they just kind of color them differently, and that's how they make up the guns. These new guns look like they actually have style and personality, and I really like that it's doing what Borderlands does, where you can look at a gun and instantly identify the manufacturer, and that's really cool because that builds a world without having to tell us that it's building the world, and that's always makes for better storytelling, and that's been one of the biggest critiques for Destiny, is that there isn't really any story in the thing. So without any further ado, I'm going to dive in. Bungie revealed 3 different weapons manufacturers, so I'm going to talk through the 3 manufacturers that they revealed. The first one is Hakai, or Haki. I don't know, there's an umlaut over that A, and I don't know how to pronounce anything with an umlaut. I only know how to pronounce things with omelets. Yes, omelets, not umlauts. Thank you very much. Anyways, Hake, the description is building reliable tools for soldiers in the field. Hake values simplicity over intricacy, function over flair. Hake weapons all start with a more tightly focused band of base stats that don't spike as high or low as other weapon families, granting a solid foundation for growing the weapon. On Hake talent grid, you'll see a simplified set of scopes that work best for the weapon, front-loaded perk nodes with the stat upgrade options occupying the final column. Hake perk selection is focused on offensive actions and combat tactics. Hake pulse rifles fire a burst of 4 rounds with damage adjusted to match the DPS of 3-round bursts, meaning that the pulse rounds do less individually but equal the same as a group. Fire time between the bursts is slightly faster. So, the first weapon they revealed is the auto rifle from Hake, and if you're a gun fan today, it kind of looks like the love child between the Beretta AR-160 and a Scar 8. The upper receiver and the front end of it looks very much like the AR-160, but the lower receiver looks very much like a Scar H with a big 7.62 magazine in there, and it looks like it will be a pretty fun gun to use. The next one they showed us is their shotgun, and it doesn't really look like any shotgun. If you notice, it still kind of looks like it's made from Hake. It's that very angular, like the stock. Look at the stock. That thing says, yes, this is a Hake weapon. And the final one is the pulse rifle, and it kind of looks like a shortened RFB. That's going to be one of the pulse rifles that does that 4-round damage, which is going to be interesting because as far as a sandbox goes, it's going to be a better weapon for hitting things that are moving, because you're going to have more chances to hit the target, and even though the damage is lower per shot, hitting a target is better than missing a target, and that's some good words of advice to live by. The next gun manufacturer is Milan. Milan is the pioneer of energy weapon. Milan is the first foundry to experiment beyond the world of combustion ballistics. Sporting lighter, ergonomic frames, Milan weapons all start with a general base handling stat to build from. Milan talent grids focus on behavioral perk stats, customization. Legendary talent grids are the only weapon that offer 3 perks, 1 as the first non-scope upgrade, and 2 as a binary choice in the first column. Perk selection favors perks that are energy based and or go beyond the weapon to interact with the wielder's ability or status. So this is probably going to be Milan. You're probably going to see a lot of those, like get a kill, increased grenade regen, or other things like that. The first weapon they're showing us is Scout Rifle. Look at that, it's a very boxy, and then look at where the magazine is. There's those orbs that are purpley and energy-ly, and I can definitely see those almost lighting up when you're firing the weapon. The next one is the hand cannon, and it's a and once again, you see the design style that is Milan. It's boxy, and the magazine, you can almost tell that all the magazines for the Milan weapons are going to be those light blue cylinder things. And the final one is the sniper rifle, and once again, it's that big box, almost kind of looking like the Monte Carlo as a sniper rifle. And once again, you see that blue cylinder in the center, showing that aesthetic design that Milan weapons are going to look like this, and that's going to be their method of reloading. And I really like this. I feel like Bungie actually brought in maybe an industrial designer, or they had an industrial designer on staff, and they finally listened to them, because these are all distinct weapons, and the distinct weapon, that's what makes you want, or at least that's what makes me want a weapon. I don't really care about the stats. I care that it looks unique. That's why I feel like a lot of the raid weapons are so popular. One, because they're decent and they perform well, but the other is because they look unique and you feel different using them, even though everyone else kind of uses them. And the final one they're showing us off is Soros. Yes, the manufacturer of the Soros regime. They're getting a whole line fleshed out. Their description is, some say that the best weapon for a guardian is one that they can customize to their intent. Soros believes in options, weapons that can be repurposed for a variety of combat situations. Soros' talent grid offers 2 columns of 2 stat perks, granting more options for changing weapon stats than any other foundry. The single behavior perk is grounded in the middle of the talent grid as a focused point for the weapon core potential. If you want a weapon that can flex from close quarters to range to quick to powerful, from fast handling to hard hitting, all with the swap of a few nodes, Soros is going to be the answer. And now we get to see that this is going to be their standard auto rifle. Notice how it still looks like the Soros regime. The Soros regime has that beautiful arc in the front, has that beautiful growing arch that carries through the whole weapon, that line. That's going to be one of the main characteristics of all the Soros weapons. Doesn't that front barrel kind of look like the assault rifle from Aliens? Anyways, moving on to their scout rifle. Yes, the scout rifle, it's a bullpup. I love bullpup guns in real life, and this one looks cool. I love the cooling grill on the front, and it looks great. And finally, the rocket launcher. Look at that. It looks like a shark. It looks like a Mako shark. And these are all beautiful. And I'm really enjoying what Bungie is doing here, because they're finally, it looks like, stepping up their game. And I appreciate that so much. Anyways, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. My name's TommyBoy601. If you liked this video, comment, rate, subscribe, do all those fun things down below. I hope you had a great day. See ya.